don't think I've ever banged a.
I did.
Oh wait, I have banged a.
You
Funny thing
have.
about that is it's also happens to be my worst lay.
Oh,
Weird.
okay. Let's.
Hey,
let's
welcome
see.
back to
welcome back.
Ironcast.
Funny
this
thing
is
about
the
this.
second episode a week later, and somehow we're all in the same clothes.
Exactly the same.
No, I'm in
crazy.
a different outfit.
I'm in a different outfit too.
Well, me and Q are pieces of shit, so
Well,
Yeah.
I just changed my pants. Oh, I don't
fine.
have
You don't have
pants
pants
on
on.
now.
oh, that's fine.
None of us have pants on
goes with
except
the
you.
theme.
Pants are for fuck boys.
I have shorts on.
He has
Well,
shorts
you know
on.
what I mean.
That's not pants.
We could be naked past this table.
We could be.
You
Wouldn't
never
that be
know.
fantastic?
We should do a fucking naked podcast.
I would be jealous.
Wow.
Not
right.
Oh,
We can lift the table
I'm
up.
first one. I don't even care.
Be like right here.
We could just put.
Where would you
we
look,
could take
Ryan?
post-it notes to our boobs and just sit here naked.
we could put the Bebo coffee stickers on our boobs.
Do we have stickers?
We have donuts and donuts.
Is that allowed?
I don't know.
Is that? Oh, will we get arrested? Will it be?
Go directly to jail. Do not pass go.
I mean, I think it's appropriate for the topics
I think
that
what
we're
we
gonna
should
be
do is in the
discussing.
future plan a naked podcast, like for
Yes.
charity or something.
For charity.
Dump your tits out for
Whip out
kids
the
with cancer.
So last
We have to-
episode
anyways.
we were pretty serious, and we answered some viewer questions.
It was a little.
and now
Today's podcast is sponsored by no one because I don't want any brands to be associated with this.
Yeah. Take
As
it.
we
Oh,
do.
my bad.
Matt Vincent's still Matt Vincent's still
Today's
sponsoring us.
podcast is sponsored by Hate Brand and Donuts and Deadlifts.
Woo!
And we're gonna talk about sex.
Yes! Our favorite topic.
Only
So,
topic.
yeah.
It always seems to come back to the sex.
To sex.
Everything
What was your best lay then? Well, that's a good jumping off point.
Best? I don't.
Best.
Best sexual
You want to start with
experience.
best or worst?
Oh.
Let's start with best.
Start off.
Just go downhill from there.
Yeah. Let's start off positively.
Yeah.
Hail
Yeah.
the chips.
Yeah. You could, who's first? See, I don't know if I can choose best because they're all
hard.
different. Because sometimes it could be just like an anger fuck, or it could be like nice and passionate to the point that made you cry. I had one of those. That was a good one.
You
pretty
fucked so
badass.
hard you cried?
No, it was just like,
a
it was like a good
Like
cry.
during?
Did you hide?
During. I've never cried.
Not cry,
Did
but like
you
to the
hide?
point
I-
you're
the
just
only-
like, this is
the
so
only time
fucking
I've-
good. I could literally cry.
The only
my eye hurt to Willow
Really?
because it was just so because he was
The only
in it
time
good.
I've cried during sex was once out of shame.
Why are you crying? Because you ashamed.
Because I was
Pity
did
fuck?
you
Did
I
you
was
know
just,
better? Did
I
you know
realized mid fuck it was just not the right move, and I cried. Just
You ashy.
You had to wait to cry after. Shut the fuck up.
all right. Well, let's hear about 3 good ones.
I'm not going to say in any particular order. Can we give them? Are we giving them code names?
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
not mentioning
Okay.
any real names on
So
here.
I'm gonna refer to one. I'm gonna refer to
First
one
and last.
as.
Fucking. Here's a social.
Instagram handle.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm gonna refer to one as the professor. We referred to the professor earlier.
Really?
Oh,
Professor Xavier?
You're gonna call me Professor
God.
Xavier. He is very unassuming. You wouldn't even think that I would never go out with the professor. Most people wouldn't assume it. But he was like an inch and a half shorter than I was. He
All
did-
fucking cock.
If you're
It surprised
listening,
me.
if you're listening,
Uh-oh.
you just threw her entire arm on the table.
Full arm. No, he was not chocolate.
He was a little white man.
He
if
was
I
a
recall
little
correctly.
Jewish man. It was fantastic. It was some good stuff. I can't even talk about it. I get emotional.
I think she's blushing. What's going on?
The second one. Oh God. Come back to me for the second one. You can take breaks in between.
I want to say best just because it was when I figured out that I could do the physical orgasm. What do you call that?
Squirt?
Yeah, squirt.
I can do that too.
And it was.
I can't.
I'll call him the special just because not because he was great, but because he was kind of a special person, like not the brightest.
Oh, Spectrum.
Yeah, but he was great in bed.
Special.
See, that's yeah.
Now, wait a second.
But I didn't know what was happening.
Where did you meet this Spectrum?
He wasn't Spectrum, but I met him on Instagram, of course. I mean, where me half
how,
the people.
That's how all good love stories start.
On Instagram.
And I had no clue what was happening when it started to happen. But that was probably one of the best sexual experiences just because it was the first time.
That is surprising because you're like, oh shit, am I peeing myself?
Yes. It was real hot too. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. Chris, you need to experience this.
I've never squirt. I don't have the fucking. I don't have the parts.
How do we help you?
Do you hold it in, or how's it? Can you be taught how, or are you bored with these genetics?
Every woman is capable.
Can you guys give me lessons later?
What am I doing this for? You just have to have the right set of hands. Sorry.
Wait, you can only squirt with hand stuff?
No, you can do it with dicks too.
Yeah,
but it just has to know
But I can't. I have to do both.
It's the angle.
It has to be both for me.
The angle.
For me, it has to
Okay.
be both.
Because that didn't happen to me until I'll just mention this person. So he was the vegan model. And that's the one who made me squirt. It was on a futon.
It was on this like this sweet futon.
I was on his futon.
You made sweet. What color was the futon?
I don't remember.
Come on,
It
details.
was a navy blue, and then the frame was, I think, maybe wood.
Wait, who
Sounds very IKEA.
did he own this futon?
Yes, this was his place.
Why did he have a futon?
I don't know. He was.
I guess I have.
He was the model.
I own 2 futons. I'm not one to talk.
I slept on one.
Yeah, and we're
had
sitting
one.
on one now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a fan. If you have a room where you need a couch sometimes and a bed sometimes.
Yes.
Makes sense. Anyways.
But yes, and we were on his futon, and I remember having the sudden urge to just let it go, and it was just like an explosion. And I looked at him crazy, like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I just peed on you." He's like, "No, you didn't pee." I was like, "Oh, for real though?" And then it happened like 2-3 more times, and then I was drained. I felt like I was hungover the next day. You need to get up on that.
Yeah, I've only done it once at a time, like one per sexcapade.
Okay.
Not multiple.
During one sexual
Just
encounter.
give me about a half hour and I can do it again, but I've never done.
What are you Googling? We're on the air.
How to squirt?
Oh,
There was a
God.
dude that he gives instruction via the video how to.
Speaking of giving instructions.
Learn female squirting in 4 easy steps.
See.
Let me see that.
There's a wiki how for everything.
Wiki how to make a girl squirt.
Oh.
Is there a video?
I'm going to read the directions.
Okay.
Aloud.
I guess we'll see if this is correct or
Step
not.
1, prepare for erotic adventure.
No.
Trim your fingernails and wash your hands. Have lubricant, STD protect, a dildo.
You don't need that.
I don't need lubricant.
Prepare a few towels so you can ejaculate on them.
Yeah,
Oh.
true.
Create a sphere where you and your partner feel excited, comfortable, and relaxed. Turn off your phones, light some candles. This sounds like a lot of effort. This is getting a little weird.
You don't need all that.
Go to the bathroom. Her bladder and intestines should be empty before you begin. This way, when she will have to push out the fluid, she will not feel embarrassed and
It
can
doesn't
really let
feel
go.
like that for me.
What?
Like
Okay.
a-
Step 2,
pushing
foreplay.
anything
Step 3, waking up the G-spot.
Oh, look, there's
There's
pictures.
pictures.
diaphragm,
Does it
a
go
di-
in the vagina or in the butt?
It doesn't go in the butt. It goes in the. Oh, is that a question?
Stimulate her outer. Okay, this is First, insert your middle finger at 12 o'clock position, palm up. Start making movements as if you were to say, "Come here." If you're only listening, you're not watching.
That's aggressive, though.
Just the middle.
We're giving a full demo. If you want to head over to YouTube
Like
and watch.
Spider-Man would be good at this, huh?
Start with just the middle.
Add your index
So, if
finger after a few minutes and continue the same with 2 fingers. You can also use a
Index.
dildo or G-spot
Oh, shit.
stimulator.
Did he
Oh,
say
no, is
that?
that pointer?
That's pointer. Did you say ring finger?
No, that's.
Index.
Try
Index.
several ways to
Okay.
stimulate the upper wall of vagina. Get slowly more swollen. You'll begin to feel the area become slightly rougher than the rest of her vagina. That means you are doing everything right, and the tissue
And is this
surrounding
when
her
we go to a
urethra is being filled with ejaculation fluid. This is kind of gross. Remember to communicate with your woman. So I feel like this
You
is
like that?
teaching
You
dudes
like
how to
that?
squirt.
I've had.
Tell her to
Teaching them-
relax. Verbal communication is very important. Do not rush things. Take time to build the excitement. Number 4, the moment of truth. When your woman is at the highest point of arousal, she will need to relax the bladder and push hard as if she's giving birth to a child. Ew. What if you've never given birth and you don't
but
understand?
I don't feel like I have to do that.
Or forces a bowel movement.
It's like a.
lay a
And
towel
it goes
down.
down. It's like
Yeah.
it's I don't even know how to explain it.
It's just an explosion.
Now, I have a question.
Liquid.
Like, I guess this is more of a question for Ryface. Is that
Sexy.
Are you like?
They love it.
Pretty neutral on it.
I
Depends
think
on the
it's
person.
pretty not like.
Some guys love
Some guys love to be
it.
like covered in it. It's like a
Here's the
fucking
thing: is I think
rainstorm.
a lot of guys like that.
But I feel
because
like guys think
it feeds their ego.
Right. I think it's dudes
Well, it
thinking like,
feels
oh, I
fucking
can get
good,
girls
so I
to
don't give a
squirt.
fuck.
Yes.
Because there's a ton of dudes out there that love to talk about how much they can like pleasure a girl, and it's like not even about the girl; it's about themselves.
Yeah. True.
I'm gonna need to tell my mother not to listen to this particular podcast.
Are we moving on to the worst?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, who didn't say their best?
Well, I feel like I'm exempt.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah. Well, it is Drew, but I'm not gonna tell the story.
But
But
I'm just saying that was the best because that's when I learned.
How to do that.
Yeah.
given how unhealthy my my sexual life was prior to meeting Drew, I think the reason Drew's the best is because I realize I don't have to get my fucking ass whooped.
Literally.
I don't have to literally get punched and fucking
No, you don't need
beat
that.
up to enjoy sex, and Drew taught me that.
You don't need that.
Do you want to share your best lay right face?
They were
Hey?
top two were in while I was in New York.
Really?
Yeah.
Apparently I live under a fucking rock. That's all he wants to share.
All right,
I-
worst.
Like, what are you supposed to
Worst lay.
You get
Was it with strangers or people you knew?
people I knew.
I feel
The
like
other
I
one
know
was
who one
with-
was.
Yeah, one was
The chef is on my
Long
top.
Island? Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah.
I still never got to meet her.
Yeah.
Which is real weird. Where was I all the time? Traveling?
That was like most of the time we hung out was when you were on Drew's grid season.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. Worst lay.
Okay, I have this just sticks out. And I think this has happened multiple times.
It's a sound of what she said.
It's like when a guy,
It's a pattern.
I've had multiple partners that have actually, it's like their eyes gloss over
Ew.
and they are unaware of what is going on besides themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like there's no one there. There's no one there to like be responsive to what I'm saying.
Got you.
And they just handle themselves. But this has happened with
Stop
two
fucking
people.
fuck boys.
What?
I said stop fucking fuck boys.
I wasn't a fuckboy. Well, I guess maybe that was pre-label of fuckboy. But it was really weird. It was like a whole different person took over because they were going to orgasm.
That's weird. Well, one of the weirder sexual experiences I'll never forget is when I'm not going to say who it was because he's kind of well known. I was getting finger banged and he started speaking Spanish in my ear for about 10 minutes straight.
This is worst or weird?
That was pretty terrible. And then he wanted to like have sex, and I was trying to think of every reason to just get the fuck out of
I need to go
there.
do my homework.
I gotta brush my teeth.
It was so
My
bad.
hair.
And then the worst ever also happens to be the worst dick I've ever seen in my life.
Oh no.
Was he lasted about all of 30 seconds. I told him don't come inside me. He came inside me. And then he burst into tears after.
Oh, what?
I don't even know what.
Quick came
And
inside
then,
and cried.
and then told me he loved me. And I was like, you gotta go, pal.
That's
It's
too
like
much.
a threefer.
It was like imagine all the worst things that
could
could
possibly
happen, and then they all happened at once. It was so bad.
Oh wow.
It was so bad. I was literally like this. I was like, what? Because it was all within like 1 minute.
That's too much.
From start to finish, from starting to crying by my side, happened in under a minute.
From insertion to crying.
Yep, I was very confused.
I want to know who this is.
What is,
You don't know who
what's
it
your
is.
wish?
Oh.
You don't know who it is.
My worst, there's a couple of bad experiences. One guy talked too much. Like way too much.
Like John
It
Cena?
was like,
Fucking-
it was like instructional. Like what he was about to do. So now I'm about to put my fingers in here
Get
to
the fuck out.
Narrating
I just
it.
want, yes, I just want you to relax. And I just, And he was actually trying to like
Just being, like, medical about
prep
it.
me to actually make me squirt. And I was like, dude, I already know how to do this. You want to tell me how to like just relax?
Just
I'm
do
just
it.
And he had to he actually it wasn't even Bax's, but just like it was just too much talking. It was just way too much talking. And then he was high a lot of the time because he had something. He had like the actual machine that put the bag on the machine to fill it up. And he would blow it up.
Oh, the
because he was a
balloon.
singer.
The
Yeah,
hot air
because he
balloon.
was,
The balloon, the marijuana.
because he was a
Yes.
singer. He had a beautiful voice.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
But he was high the whole time. And I don't do the drugs. So I was just like, this is kind of my situation, but whatever the fuck. And it got even more weird. It was just strange.
Where'd you meet this guy, this Jim?
On the interwebs. Actually, not even the interwebs. It's just an app because you can't access it on the you can't put www.whateverthefuck.com. You have to have it on your telephone.
That's a phone app.
It is.
An app.
I think it was the Bumble.
I have no idea what that
It
is.
was Bumble. Yeah.
Weird. Bumble. Never heard of it.
I've never heard of Bumble or Tinder or Grindr.
But that was, I'd say.
What's the next question? Worst
Worst
dick?
dick.
Like, the pic, like what it
Worst. Have
looked
you,
like?
you didn't say your
Worst
worst
dick.
lay.
Yeah, it was the weird guy that like he didn't
Oh,
listen.
yeah,
he didn't
yeah.
listen, and it was like, no, that's not working. Worst dick.
I've had two very weird dick experiences where to the point where I was repulsed. One time I got a dick pic from somebody and I pretended like the picture wasn't coming through because I was in so much shock.
Sorry, no, phone call.
I just snotted on myself.
And so he kept sending it because I was saying it wasn't coming through. I was
said,
like,
"No,
if the
but-"
file won't download,
boom,
and it was just like, and I kept having to look at it. We talked about this the other day. Matt Vincent described it as what would be called a video game joystick, small at the bottom, heavy at the top.
Whoa!
I know who we're talking
That's
about.
Like it went like this.
It's a balloon.
It went like that. It got bigger at the top, and there wasn't really a head. It was just kind of like it looked like a
Reverse
like a
carrot.
club. It's very bizarre. Reverse carrot, pretty much.
Oh, no.
That was bad.
I was with a guy that had a penis that went this way.
Like a full hook.
It hooked the other way. Yeah.
Like it
So
went up.
Like
No,
this?
it hooked down. You know,
Oh.
a penis curves up. It hooked down.
What kind of?
And so it was real hard to have sex with because it hooked so much that it wasn't comfortable no matter if I did cowboy.
So it
reverse
looked like
cowboy.
Gonzo's nose.
Yes. Reverse cowboy didn't work. Cowboy didn't work. Laying down, nothing worked. It was weird.
Gonzo's nose.
Oh, dick. Worst one. See, I'm not like, in terms of sizes, I really don't have like it must be this big. I've had some smaller ones that did the job. I dated a guy with a smaller one and it did the job, but there was just one, it was just like, what is that?
This is Gonzo and his nose, and this is exactly actually.
That's what it looked like.
What it was I was on.
Anyways, carry on.
It was just way too small. It was just like too small. Like I couldn't even like really please him. I felt like I was like eating a jelly bean, putting a jelly bean in my mouth.
A jelly bean in your mouth.
Like a little baby jelly bean, like, or candy corn.
I mean, you have to have compassion at that point, right?
But I like the person so
No,
much. So like,
there's-
but then he started acting up, and I was like, "We got a small dick anyway." So I was like, "Let's go. Let's just finish this." So it got
Yeah, I
finished.
don't prefer large for sure. I do not like the large of the large.
You hear that?
You
Dude,
Fellas.
at some point, it's just too big. There's just too much
There
dick.
is such thing as too much.
Too much.
If I can't get my mouth around it, it's too much dick.
I wouldn't say that, but
Yeah.
I have a big mouth.
true.
Um,
I want it to be fun, not uncomfortable.
Yeah.
yeah.
You shouldn't be worried that you're gonna choke on it.
Or rip open.
And it's gonna
from it.
fucking bottom out your cervix.
I have that problem all the time.
Oh my god. butt
Next,
stuff.
butt stuff
You guys
is,
into butt stuff?
is the
Butts.
next thing. Let's talk butt stuff.
Like I was gonna
Everybody's
say
just looking at
lettuce.
me.
Okay,
Why did everybody just look at me?
I personally do not care for anal all that much. I'm one of those girls that's like, it's your birthday, you can put it in my butt. Or, I've been a total bitch. All right, you can put it in my butt. Or like, oh, like I'm one of those where it's like, it's definitely like, I try to keep it special. I'm not that into it.
No.
I've dated 2 guys. One of them was like really into the anal and then straight into the mouth kind of thing.
No, ass to mouth. No ass to
But
vagina.
listen, so he would beg me.
no.
He would beg me, and I wouldn't do it. And then one time, I was like, "If we get in the shower and you let me inspect first,
No, sanitary reason.
it doesn't go to my vagina."
But either way.
It's gonna go in your mouth.
What if you have an open sore and you get on
Well,
your mouth?
if there's an open sore, you shouldn't be doing anything with your mouth.
It's poop in your mouth.
It's E. coli in there.
Yuck.
Some people get E. coli.
You don't get
guys-
E. coli from fucking ass to mouth.
From the doo-doo. What's the
I got
disease?
pink eye for
What's
eating
the
too much ass.
Hand, foot, and mouth.
No, but what's the
Pink eye.
germs you get from doo-doo?
Hand, foot, and mouth. It's where your
And
skin
pink
peels
eye.
off.
And
My friend had it.
Tampico.
My
What?
friend who I
Pink
shall not
eye.
name
Pink eye.
had
No,
it.
I don't mean the disease, but like what's the actual like what's the word, germ or bacteria that it's
I don't
All of
know. I'm not a fucking geologist.
Feces? The bacteria in feces?
I'm not a geologist.
you don't know. Don't pretend like you know what I'm talking
Is
about.
that what you're asking? I was gonna Google it. Google it. Could you just talk about your ass now? Move
Okay,
on.
what about my butt? I remember the first time it happened, I felt like it didn't happen often after that. I remember it felt like, the big clubs from like the Flintstone era, but with like the spikes on it. Cause he even was like nice with it, and then he eased it. I was just like, no, like I had to sleep on the couch. I was angry with him after that, and it was gentle. I said, no, I can't do that, no.
And you
then I
said that
tried it
now?
again, and then I was like, I don't like it enough to do it again after that. And then I tried again. I was like, no, I can't do this.
That's it?
Yeah, I don't like it in the butt.
Oh, so-
like, I guess it's celebratory, like she said, but no,
Right. I mean, like, I'll do it. I'll do it.
But I really haven't had anybody since that initial. Like,
You
one
wanna
or
hear
two that
something,
really
though?
wanted it in the
It's
butt.
not, it's not
It's
like,
not like that. I would, if I was,
I'm
I would
not-
want to put it in the butt.
I'm not opposed to DP as long as it's not 2 dudes DP.
to say that. I was like, oh.
If it's like a wiener in me and then like maybe a
Dildo?
small dildo in my butt, I'm completely okay with it.
Like the size of a
I think my circumstances are a little different, but I love the anal sex. It's like, I love it. I mean, it's a standard. And I've actually met 2 guys in my sexual experiences.
I'm
throughout
sweating.
life that,
Out right now.
that didn't like anal sex and they thought it was disgusting.
I've met a few of those.
Whatever. And I'm like, okay, you're different. We can't date, but I'll respect that. So I'm blown away sometimes.
Some dudes really aren't into it.
Yeah, they just
Yeah, they think it's disgusting.
Drew's not into it, but like here and there, that's what's nice. It's like here and there, he's like, oh yeah, sure.
Let's fucking
It's
stick
like-
it in there. That's fine.
it's like,
So I find it enjoyable.
just
There's not anything about it.
throw
that I
it somewhere
don't-
else for a night.
There's not anything about it I don't find pleasing. I think it's pretty amazing.
I just panic the whole time.
It
Like-
stresses me out.
Like what?
Yeah, the
What
whole
happens
time
if
I'm just
you-
panicking like
Get
this
shit
shit,
out, your
there's
whole asshole
fucking-
falls out or something.
Either my butthole's gonna rip,
or they're gonna rip it.
that there's fucking doo doo everywhere.
Okay, let's be real. Let's be real. It's your butt. Sometimes it gets a little not.
You know what Matt
Clean,
Vincent
but
told me?
whatever.
Matt Vincent said, I feel like if you're gonna do butt stuff, you just gotta accept that there might be poop.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
that's
it's
true.
not that big of a
Like,
deal.
bitch, why'd you shit on me? Well, you shouldn't have stuck it in there in the first place.
Yeah, but
Speaking
it's
of
like,
which,
it happens.
What happened?
And I feel like
What's
the
next?
bigger the penis,
Oh.
the more likely it is that it's not going to be clean.
Okay.
All right, speaking. Okay.
Make sense?
He's gotta restart that.
What happened?
He has to restart the camera.
This thing only records for a half an hour.
Whoa.
Cancel.
So speaking of butt stuff and poop, So speaking of butt stuff and getting poop on places on your body, the other day we talked about how, everybody has.
But what's that noise?
Yeah, but for the podcast on iTunes,
Yeah, we're good.
we're good.
Yeah.
So most of the time when you say what's your number, we've talked about this in the past with Mr. Michael Kazio of Brute Strength. It means a guy's number in dollars to let somebody put it in his butt. So today we're going to talk about our number for somebody to give us a Cleveland steamer. Now I don't really, I'm not big on doo-doo.
I think it would be for me.
Who
it would
is
be
big on
eating out a
doo-doo?
Chick. What? I don't want to do that either.
Wait, what?
No, that's the point. What's your fucking number?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I've got two numbers. I've got a number for if nobody knows about it. And I've got a number for if everyone was gonna know. So I feel like if someone really wanted to do this to me and no one was ever gonna find out about it, I think I'd do it for $50K. Untaxed.
Under the table.
Under the table, I think I would take $50,000 to let someone poop on my chest, assuming no one would find out about it.
Well,
Now, if it was going to be something everyone was going to know about, it'd be a cool $250,000. $250K, I'd do it.
those are good, solid figures.
I mean, I'm not going to be that fucking person that's like, $1 million, because that's stupid. I would, if somebody looked right at me and said, "Here's a $50K, let me just poop on your chest," I'd be like, "Fucking done."
What did they eat before?
It's a healthy. It's not diarrhea. It's a good healthy poop. It's not gonna leave fucking smear marks everywhere. It's just gonna come out, and it's gonna be
But
on
how
top
would
of
you
you.
know? How would they know if
Know
their
what?
poop's gonna come out like that?
I'm just saying
He
in
might
this
punish you.
in this very hypothetical situation that isn't real.
Okay.
It's not it's not. I'm being realistic. I think it's foul and disgusting. And Drew could look me in the eye and tell me, "I really need you to do this for me because you love me," and I'd say, "No, give me money."
I just. This is hard.
She's about to have a breakdown.
So you're trying to tell me that if I had
if you had what?
if I had a suitcase with fucking $400,000 in it, and I said, and what if I was gonna poop on your chest? It's like one of your best friends.
$200,000.
You're like 200 cents. $1 and
A roll of quarters and unlimited
roll of
donuts for a
coffee.
year.
You have to buy me coffee for a week.
This is really hard. Okay, so if it was not somebody I was with, not in a relationship, just a stranger offering me money.
Let's say they're not disgusting either. They're like
That's where I was
they're
going
like
with
an
this.
attractive, not like mega babe, but like a good looking person who you would sleep with for no money.
What do you just?
I'm just saying it would have to be.
They're like
a
an 8
lot
on the
of
10
money.
scale.
This is like a lot.
Nobody's
to me.
ever gonna know about it.
It would be 100,000 for me
Really?
because that is. It hurts my soul to think about.
Okay. Now, what if it was gonna be something that everybody knew about?
It would have to be with someone I was in a relationship with.
Otherwise, it's out of the question. Not even $1 million.
No.
Oh, I'd be like 250. All right, cool. Let's do this.
But it hurts my soul to think about this. So this is purely hypothetical.
Right. Well, you know who you're dealing with right now. You're dealing with somebody that thinks incest is hysterical.
I snotted again.
Like, my favorite would you rather question is, would you rather have sex with a sibling and have nobody ever find out about it, or not have sex with a sibling but have everybody think you did? I feel like there's only one right answer. What?
What's your number?
Cute his face right
your
now.
number?
What's your number? It's fucking tax free.
Okay.
Cash.
Okay, fine. Just to poop on me.
That's all it is.
You get to wipe it off right away.
It's just
Real
a
quick.
fucking big turd that's
Okay.
not gonna leave. It's not gonna run into weird places. It's just gonna be right there.
I can roll off.
Doesn't
Okay.
smell terrible, but it doesn't smell good.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I'd say
The more graphic you get, the worse.
it's the worse it gets. Okay. And it's the secret one,
This
right?
went dark.
Okay, yeah,
This
what
just
would
went
you
dark.
do?
For the
What would you do?
secret one-
Like a hot-ish guy. He's like it's 7.5 or an 8.
But I don't know. Just having somebody shit on you just seems so like.
You enjoy his company. He took you to dinner first.
If he took me to dinner,
He took me to
She took her to In-N-Out.
He took you to Chick-fil-A.
He took me to
And
Chick-fil-A.
in addition to this, you're going to get unlimited all-you-can-eat Chick-fil-A for life.
But you got to do it before Chick-fil-A because
okay.
And he ate Chick-fil-A before doing it.
Okay.
no.
I think untaxed. Okay. How much is my rent? I'm trying to crunch numbers.
I like this. This is a logical approach.
I'm trying to think about. I would make the most out of this situation because I didn't have to work for the rest of the year. The rest of the year. No, I'm just kidding. I like your 50. I might go 40 though. I'll go 10.
You gonna
less.
fucking lowball me?
I'll lowball. I'll
Alright,
go 40.
She just fucking lowballed me.
I think 40 is
This
good.
isn't fucking
You can do
Price
it.
is Right.
Somebody here is gonna get pooped on.
Somebody's gonna get
Surprise!
Clothes gonna get shat on.
There's someone
highest.
waiting out.
And I know, still.
It's the Price is Right.
And
Sold.
then if they know, if the people know about it, they're gonna pay me a lot to do that.
I mean, it's not like publicly broadcasted. But it's like
Instagram it.
I shat on this bitch.
it's
They
like
put it on there. This is a nice.
it's like a thing. Like you know how there's like things about people that everybody just kind of knows, even though we might not have proof.
Yeah. She's the girl got shit on.
that bitch got shit on.
That girl got shit on for fucking $500,000.
No, like literally.
I feel like
I think half's
I feel like people can appreciate a little bit more if they know you did it for money.
Like who wouldn't take money for getting shit? They'd be dumb if they wouldn't take money. It was like, hey, let me shit on you, but I will give you money for it.
I think 99% of people.
I
would say
think
yes.
most people would say yes,
except for Chloe and Brian.
Except for Chloe. I like 500 now. Maybe. You said he was hot too,
he's.
and he was nice.
I mean, like. He has a great
that
personality.
really matters. That's gonna transfer over to the shit.
He takes good care of himself.
Tastes good. He eats vegetables.
Trims.
That may be bad. Yeah, I think 5 will be good.
All right,
Yeah.
that's double what I said, so that makes me feel great. Speaking of poop,
We got a great story for you.
where's the weirdest place you have ever pooped?
Oh my god.
Other than your pants.
You put on
Don't nudge me.
You pooped your pants?
No, she didn't.
Twice this year.
Why'd you When did you poop
I
your
don't want to
pants?
talk about it. It
Okay.
wasn't like a full dump. There was like a little bit.
seepage.
Twice,
Our
because-
story is actually joint.
So the weirdest place I've ever pooped actually happened a couple weeks ago with Chloe.
Yeah, both of us.
I said, "Hey, let's go up to the lake today."
And I've never been.
Chloe had never been to the lake. We get up to Tahoe. I take her to like the most remote beach in Tahoe. There's
And
nothing
we had to go to the bathroom before we got
right.
there.
We had to pee. I was saying that I had to pee. And we get up there, we park, and there's no civilization for like 20 miles in either direction. We're
The
in, like,
public restrooms were closed.
So we get out of the car. Well, the whole thing was closed. So
Yes.
we get out, and like the gate's closed, so the parking lot's closed, so the public restrooms are closed because
Yes.
park rangers need to manage it, and it's not in season yet. So I was like, the bathrooms are closed, and so I thought I just had to pee. I was like, oh, I'll just fucking pee in the lake, whatever. And we're walking down the hill, and I look at Chloe, and I'm
we
like,
don't make
dude,
it very far.
we make it like 10 feet down the hill, and I go, I gotta fucking poop. And she's like, I do too. And we're freaking out and we're digging
Bad.
through our bags. And I'm like, there's no napkins in the car. There's no, and we're like trying to figure out what to do.
I had on a white tank top.
Pull out a white tank top.
And I had, oddly enough, packed an extra shirt that I left in the car.
I did not have an extra shirt. Chloe broke to the right. I broke to the left. We definitely both pooped right off the trail. There was people down at the beach.
In the wood. Like,
We're in the
pooping
woods.
Off the trail.
Chloe takes the shirt off her body.
I needed it to wipe because
To
it
wipe.
was not a cohesive poop.
Oh.
Mine was a clean fucking ghost poop.
Mine
I didn't
was
need to
not.
wipe, luckily. I was still panicking going down the hill, and then I had to get in the. Yeah, it was fucking really.
It was
weird. I tried to
weird.
use a leaf, but they were too small.
It was just weird that we both
They don't get on your
had
hand.
we both had emergency poop situation at the same
It's one of the
time.
few times I've had to poop outside with nothing to wipe with.
I've never pooped outside before that.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? When you
You know what
can't?
else is really weird? When you hike Mount Whitney, you have to poop in a jar. You have to carry your poop with you. You can't poop on the mountain.
Why?
Science.
Oh.
I don't know. Some sort of. They're trying to like
too many
preserve.
people.
It's very weird. Yeah, the whole thing's very weird. It's illegal to defecate in the woods there. So they give you like these canisters, and it's like really weird because you have to carry it on your persons with like your foods and your pet. It's very, and they're sanitary. It's just very strange.
Okay. Interesting.
I didn't poop once the whole hike out of fear that I was going to have to poop in a jar and keep it on my persons.
So what happens if your jar is filled up? What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I mean, I think
I
a
did
lot of
2
people.
jars.
I think a lot of people just fucking poop out there anyway. I mean, how are you going to trace it back?
Are there animals in the woods?
Epithelials.
Just dig a hole, go in, and bury it.
DNA test everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
So
That
this
comes
is
off
gonna
the
look
bat.
like bear
We're
shit.
gonna, we're gonna need some blood. I don't know. Where's the weirdest place you've pooped, Q?
I had a horrible story. So when I moved to New York, when I first moved to New York, I worked at Starbucks. Worked for Starbucks for like 5 years, but I used to work in the open shift. So I'd be up at like 2:30, and they had. When I moved here, I have an obsession with Red Hot Cheeto Puffs or Red Hot Cheetos. So here they had Red Hot Cheeto Puffs, so I'd eat 2 bags at a time. So for some reason, the spiciness kicked in on the way to work in the Upper West Side, and I was walking to work, and I thought I was literally going to throw up. I started to sweat excessively, and then I just parked right in. Well, I walked in between 2 cars, and I just moved. You shit! I shit in between 2 cars. I thought, like, literally, I thought I was gonna die. And the fucked up thing is, it didn't happen once; it happened twice because I could not make it to the store. It was either shit
In the
my
same
pants or.
morning, twice in the same 3:30 in the morning period.
But different. It was like maybe
Different
a
blocks?
month. No,
Oh.
it was like between like times. So it was like maybe a month or 2 apart. And like since then, I haven't really eaten Red Hot Cheeto Puffs.
How did you feel after that moment?
I was embarrassed.
Pooping in the street. What did you wipe with?
Well, luckily, see, you know how I got baby wipes in there, right? But no, luckily I had baby wipes, and I was like, "Thank you, Jesus," because it was not a clean situation. I just felt dirty all the time.
Pooping in the streets in
Pooping
New
in
York.
the
In the
streets.
streets?
In between 2
Pooping
cars.
in the streets.
It was awful. Let's get back to something sexy, not poop.
Yeah, let's do sexy.
Like what? Those are our topics that I have for us.
Yeah. What else do we have to talk about?
Is there somebody you'd like to have sex with?
Like a famous person?
That
Tom Hardy.
Chrissy wants Tom Hardy.
The only person I would ever beg my boyfriend to let me have sex with.
And he probably is like, okay, baby, you can do that. I don't even.
Get a hall pass.
Who's yours be, Chloe?
I think it's always Jude Law.
Really?
Yes.
After all this time, Jude Law is a very attractive man.
I just think he's so handsome.
Oh, so did you like him in Alfie
Which one was that?
with all the chicks? And he got Nia Long pregnant, and she kept it a secret. And at the very end, he came to the house, and the dude who was his best friend, who was her boo, they went to the house. He gave her a crazy look, and then he looked in the crib, and it was a mixed baby. That was his baby. And she apparently got an abortion.
He was before that.
He was a fucking prostitute robot in Artificial Intelligence.
Love
Yeah.
that movie.
And then what's the one? Closer?
Closer, yes.
Very good in that.
Oh,
He was also
he was
the
such
voice.
a bitch in that one.
He was
He was a
also
little
the
bitch.
voice in Lemony Snicket's A Series of Misfortunate
And wasn't
Events.
he a voice? He was a voice in something else too.
But who's yours?
I don't know. That's hard.
You asked the question.
I know, but I just wanted to know what.
Like
everybody-
if I looked at you and said you can fuck anybody you
I know,
want
I did-
tonight. Come on, you have to know.
No, I don't. Vibe, who's yours?
Have you ever slept with anyone famous?
Oh, if I say no, but then I remember later on, I'll feel really bad. But maybe, obviously, that was not a good experience. No, I have not.
I have, but I can't say it on the air.
Obviously not.
Remember that girl that took the selfie when she was laying in bed with the dude on the New England Patriots the
That
next
bitch.
day? Do you remember that?
That dude.
She fucking was laying in bed with the dude and she took a selfie.
I remember
she
that
went
shit.
home with him.
Yeah.
She was like a nobody. And
And then
he
people are
has a-
like, fuck that bitch.
and it got retweeted like 10,000 times. I know her, like, because she knows my friend Micah, and it was really funny because right after that happened, we did that donut tour.
Yes.
And we were at the donut shop in Boston, and she walked in the donut shop, and I was just like, holy shit, you're fucking nuts, dude.
Because people wouldn't let her into places after that, huh? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was super... If it was a bigger deal football player, like, he was a big deal, dude, but if it was like... Granted, he was single, so it's not like... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, if it was somebody more...
There's
prominent.
that hockey player that happened to also.
God damn.
18-year-old like slept with this with Jaeger, who plays on the Boston Bruins, I think. Still, I don't know. She took a selfie with him, and then she tried to blackmail him. She
That's
was just
so
like,
fucking
she's like,
stupid.
I will release this if you don't pay me $10,000. And
he said,
he's
"Go
like,
for
do
it,
it.
right?
Yeah.
You do it. And then like, she's this hot chick, and so she released it. And everybody's like, to him, turns out she was dating a rookie, like a rookie hockey player, and so she basically put on blast that she had cheated on him.
Oh, what an
What a
idiot.
hoe.
Yeah. I don't know. I would if I slept with Tom Hardy, I'd definitely like take pictures, but
then
I'd keep them for myself.
Yeah.
And send them to all my friends.
Like, here's what I did. Look what I
Like
did.
if I went home with some
Insertion
fucking
pictures?
this is the issue though. Like Tom Hardy's obviously very happy. Well, for what it seems he's happily married. I don't know that he's married, whatever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Obviously, there's a big difference in like if you're sleeping with somebody famous who's cheating on their significant other, or if they're single.
Yeah, we're talking about fantasy.
Right, exactly. So
Yes.
in a perfect world, where Tom Hardy's single and my next door neighbor. But neither of those things are true. Womp womp. I've slept with a few famous band dudes and a few famous sports players. Nobody like mega famous. They've all been terrible in bed, every single one of them.
See, because they feel like they don't have
because
to work.
right, exactly. Every single one of them was like so bad.
Shame on them.
See,
Shame
when
on
you're
them.
sleeping with a little Jewish professor that's about half your size, that dude knows he's got to put in work.
He was so smooth and cool, calm, and collected on our date, and I was like, "There's something to him." Because usually, if you're like that, you
he's
don't
fucking packing a
have.
20-inch
He
wing.
knew what he had. He knew it. It's like, oh yeah. What it? Oh, I was so bad. It was fabulous, fabulous.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
I love how the super sexual one here doesn't have anything to say.
Yeah. Come on,
Me?
Yeah, you.
How am I the super sexual?
Hypersexual.
I am, I guess. I am super.
That's the guy.
Everything
am.
is sexual.
Everything is sexual to me. When I'm with somebody, I can go into like hibernation. So when I'm single and I'm not dating, I'm fine. Like I don't have to sleep with a whole bunch of random people. But when I'm with someone in a relationship, I want the sex all of the time.
Yes.
Like I would be fine having sex 3 or 4 or 5 times a day. Do I get that?
no.
No. Do most men want to do that?
They say
No.
they do.
Yeah, they say they do,
but they can't.
No.
No.
Mm-mm. And I'll say like my last relationship, the sex was really good.
Yes.
But when a guy, okay, so let's get deep for a second.
Okay.
I sometimes connect, what do you call that? Connection.
Chemistry.
I equate the security in my relationship through the sexual connection.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I understand what you're saying.
So sometimes if I'm not getting sex as much as I want, I feel like it means that there's something wrong with the relationship.
You need sex.
I used
Is
to
that
be
too
like
deep?
that.
Is that too deep?
No, I used to be like that. I used to think like if we weren't having sex all the time, there was something wrong. But that's not.
It's not the case, but that's just how I
It's
feel.
not the case.
sometimes.
There's yeah.
Can't have sex.
But I
all
do
the
love
time.
sex.
It's fantastic.
I go through it ebbs and flows for me. It seems like it's either like I need to fuck like 4 times a day, or like I don't even want anyone to touch me for a week.
I don't think I'm with anyone ever long enough to go through the ebb and flow.
Yeah.
What am I? I'm not a serial dater. I'm just not a relationshipper.
Right. Well, I wasn't in a relationship ever until I met Drew. This is the longest relationship I've ever been in. It's like we're not even at 2 years.
Yeah, I think my longest like relationship.
I'm kind of a 4-monther.
In the past 20 years is like
enough.
my longest is 9 months, but the majority of my relationships are 3 to 4 months.
Mine are usually longish, but on a dry spell. People are scared of me.
I feel like I get super disinterested within 12 weeks.
That's what happens.
But some people say that's just me trying to protect myself.
Maybe.
It's probably a combination of
Are you
things.
running away?
Oh, are we getting deep?
Don't run away.
Too deep. Let's get undeep.
Sex app. What about
Do we
you?
have
Vi? You've
time?
been super quiet.
We have like 8 minutes.
Okay.
What do you want me to talk
God,
about?
what a buzzkill with the time issue right
8
there.
minutes more.
Just say it on my phone.
Toys, do you use them?
I like.
Oh yeah, what's the weirdest thing you've ever bought at a sex shop?
Okay, so
What's the weirdest thing you've ever put in your body?
I am a big fan of butt plugs.
That's so weird to me.
Big fan. And it turns me on even more if a guy will use a butt plug or
I feel like that.
let me get in there.
I feel like the point though isn't for a dude to use the butt plug.
What do you mean?
Isn't the purpose of a butt plug to squeeze it so it makes your vagina feel tighter?
What?
Isn't that a lot of it?
No.
Oh, I had a friend that worked at it. My old roommate worked at a sex shop, and she told me that was like the main point of them. She was she's the one that dresses up as a clown in full face makeup.
That's weird.
You know who I mean? You know who I mean. She puts on clown makeup and does like weird bondage, like sexual fetishes. Like she's got this weird sexual fetish with being fucked as a clown. Like she's the clown.
Oh,
It's very weird. She's a fucking freak.
clowns are scary.
I've never bought anything. I bought a dildo kit
Oh, a kit.
because I wanted
Assembly
a guy I was
required.
sleeping with to clone his wiener for me.
Yes.
So I bought the dildo kit at the store. It wasn't that weird of a purchase, I don't think, because I mean, like when you're in a sex shop, it's whatever. I've never bought anything like super fucking kinky at a sex shop. I don't think like nothing like scary kinky that would freak people out, other than the norm. And so I bought a dildo kit, and then he ended up like not being into it. So I put it in my suitcase. I was traveling. Put it in my suitcase, and I went through airport security with the dildo kit in my bag, and all of that breaks regulation because like the powders and the gels and stuff are over 4 ounces. And I had to explain to TSA because I had already taken it out of the thing, so the pamphlet wasn't in there anymore that explained what it was, and I just threw it all back in the cylinder it came in. And I had to explain to TSA why I had like powders and gels, and I had to be like, I was trying to clone this guy's fucking dick.
I was trying to make a dick.
And it was super embarrassing for everybody. They're like, we need to throw this away. I was like, you can. Yeah, that was bizarre.
I don't think I bought anything for myself. No, I haven't bought anything for myself. I did go once, like my second series boyfriend. We went to a sex shop where he was in grad school, and it was like one of those half butts, like just the ass and the
sex
vagina.
butts. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen that.
But it was for him.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just like
It's
a
like
butt.
a pocket pussy, but it's the shape of an
Yeah,
ass
so
and
he
it's
could
big.
literally sit it on something if
Yeah.
he wanted to. It's just the butt. He
But
was like-
why'd you get that? Because he was gone?
Yeah, he was there, and it was just like we didn't care. So I don't think he ever used it, but he had it. We purchased it together. It was a bit odd, but it was better than him fucking.
Yeah,
some
I've only
bitch.
ever bought like
You know-
cock rings and handcuffs and like
I've bought
some dildos
I've
and
bought
some
this-
weird vibrators.
strap on.
Yeah.
Strap on, which is fun. I've done the harnesses,
Oh,
Yeah.
like 4-point restraints.
wait, for you flying in the air?
No,
No.
like to the bed,
Okay, never.
where you strap someone down and then leave them there for a little bit.
Oh,
That was not as exciting as I thought it would be.
It's real boring just waiting.
But I've
like,
bought
leave you
numerous
there.
vibrators, and I will say that I'm always disappointed with my vibrator purchase because I feel like my hand can do a better job than a vibrator.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What about the
statement, but
Hitachi?
the only
Are you
time I've
fat?
ever bought a vibrator is to like enhance a sexual experience with the guy. Like I bought the little anal dildo that goes in for like DP. Like I've never bought like a crazy giant horse cock vibrator.
Yeah, I've just bought those little hand vibrators that like just work, and like it's just I haven't ever really loved any of them.
If you're a vibrator company and you'd like to send us some samples,
you'd like to
feel free.
We're looking for a fuck toy sponsor.
we can put it right
Feel
there
free to send us
on the
some
table,
samples,
right there.
and I'll try them.
Take some samples of dildos.
Well,
I've been.
does anyone have
the
anything
same
to
one.
add?
I love you guys, and I'm really glad that we're friends.
I love you back.
Love you. We had good time.
We're an interesting trio.
Thank you and sorry if you listen to this.
They
No
enjoyed it.
apologies. I will
wasted
not
an hour of
apologize.
You
your
wasted
life,
an hour of
and
your
you will
life.
Never get it back.
Unless you jerked off while listening to this.
It probably happened.
Okay, bye.
Don't
Bye.
Don't snap it, dude.
Bye.
Don't